What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and this is my long hair and my Q&A series. This is something I want to do on my channel every week or so, a couple days, depending on what the feedback is, and I guess what you guys drop in the comments below. Basically, the idea is you guys ask me questions, and every now and then, every week or so, I'll gather the questions and do a Q&A video just like this, so we get more connected. Connected, that one, not attached, because we were attached, that'd be kind of weird. So here are the questions from my last channel update video. Again, if you want to ask more, drop below. And here's the first question coming from Super Saiyan Chimcharcraft, and he wants to know, do you think at some point Naruto should have had a custom character feature? Well, Revolution had a ability to customize regular characters, which was cool, like being able to add like masks and stuff like that, and I actually enjoy that. I want to see them build that out more in Storm 4, and hopefully they will. As far as more of an advanced customization feature like in Xenoverse, it would have to play differently. It worked well in Xenoverse for what the game was, but for Storm 4 it would be different because the attack's more cutscene-esque and stuff like that, so I don't think it will work that well in Storm. Now, if they make a different Naruto game with a different engine, maybe, but for what Storm is, I don't see it working. But we can have customization, and I think that'll be kind of fun. Next question comes from Charmander MC, who wants to know how much subs you got after 1 month. After a month, probably like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Growing a YouTube channel, it takes a long time. I launched this actually in November of 2011, and I became full-time in January of 2014. And when I say full-time, I mean from January 2014, I dropped 2 videos a day minimum, and I haven't missed a day since. And I had 5,000 subs in January of 2014, but in 2011, I had next to like none. So that kind of gives you a scale to show you how long it took to grow to 5,000 subs, and then from like the last year and a half to get to the point where I am today. So it's a long journey, but beginning it's very, very slow. But if you keep having fun, keep at it, you can succeed over time. Next question is from YojinBroX. I don't know why I'm doing this. And he wants to know, what are your top 5 3DS games and what JRPGs do you play? Well, right now I am playing this, if you count this. This is the Dynasty Warriors version of Dragon Quest. It's a lot of fun. But as far as my favorite 3DS games, I don't really have any. I mean, if I do play 3DS, I'm playing Pokemon, or I'm playing like Mario Kart 7 and Mario Party, stuff like that. But I don't really have any favorite 3DS games. As far as JRPGs, I am going to play Final Fantasy 15 when that comes out, and my favorite game of all time actually is Final Fantasy 8. So there you go. Next question is from Ken the Legend, who wants to know, what is my opinion of World? He's cool. It's funny, people always ask me for opinions of people because they either want me to work with them or they want to see if I'll say something negative. And my opinion has always been, is they're doing themselves. I'm doing me. As a YouTuber, it's very important for you to build your own brand, focus on yourself rather than focusing on others, because if you spend more time focusing on others, you're not really building yourself up. And in my case, I spend most of my time kind of focusing on building my own channel, my own brand, and stuff like that. So other people are cool, especially in my community, in the anime world, Dragon Ball world. I consider everybody cool to some extent, but as far as focusing, I only focus on myself really, as well as the crew that I hang out with. So I hope that answers your question. For now, World is pretty cool. Next question is from Intilo Gaming, and he wants to know, do a video how to make a Dragon Block C server. Making a server in Minecraft is a very headache-inducing thing. It takes so much time and effort to do it, so I stay away from it. I think this question is mostly for a Dragon Block C server so anybody can play, and that's very expensive. To build a server that large, it'll cost you easily like $1,000 a month, if not more. So that's why I don't do that. I try to, but it's too expensive, and without figuring out how we can fund it, it won't happen anytime soon. Samson wants to know, do you plan on doing some Xenoverse shoutcast videos, such like watching people play announced matches? Actually, yes, I've always wanted to do this, but then I forgot about it. But it wasn't until you just asked this question that it reminded me to do so, so I'm actually going to do that sometime in the next couple days. If you follow me on Twitter at Rhymestyle, link is in the description below. I'll probably tweet it when I do it out, and based on how well it goes, I might do it more often. If not, I'll probably do it like once, just so I can say I did it. But it sounds like a fun idea, and it's basically like doing the verse and the shoutcast battles, which I actually have on right now. So let's see how that goes. Hi, Kayla! Next question is GAK Cannon, and he wants to know, what are your top 5 moments from the whole Dragon Ball franchise? Top 5 moments. This is a tough question to ask. Off the top of the head, Goku going Super Saiyan, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, Gohan killing Cell, Janemba getting destroyed by Gogeta probably, and Vegeta's final explosion. Those probably could change if I spend more time thinking about it, but off the top of the head, it's those. What about you guys? Next question is, how long have you been making videos? And I kind of already roughly answered this. Full-time from January 2014, so a year and a half. But overall, if you count everything, since 2011. Oscar wants to know, are you getting Ninja Storm 4 on the Xbox? Yes and no. I am getting Storm 4, but I'm only getting a PS4 because I am on the Sony side now. I used to be an Xbox fan, but I don't like how Microsoft took the Xbox One in that direction, so I switched over to Sony. Oh, would you consider doing collaboration with lesser-known YouTubers? And the answer is yes, but it's not about being a lesser-known YouTuber. It's two important things. One is the most important of having the right chemistry. If you do a video with somebody you don't know, this is what it sounds like. So what do you think about this topic? I think it's very, very cool. What do you think? I agree. It's very, very cool. Haha. Okay. Alright, cool. This is fun. That's why I don't do collaborations unless I really know somebody. Now, as far as how do you talk to a YouTuber, you kind of have to just reach out to them and become friends with them over time. There's a lot of subscribers actually that I've become friends with just because they're cool. I constantly talk to them, you know, they tweet me, I talk to them in comments, I talk to them on Skype. Like, that's how you develop a relationship with somebody. You can't just like go up to them and be like, hey, yo, Rhymestyle, let's do a video together. It's like, I don't really know you, but we should probably not move that fast. It's like a relationship. You don't want to just like jump in and like go from like, you know, from first base to like home run. You gotta kind of build it up. You gotta get like, you know, get to know the person first. So the most important thing is chemistry. If there's no chemistry, I don't do those videos. The other one is based on who's well in the topic. So for example, if I'm talking about manga stuff, I'll bring Quaman in. If I'm talking about in-depth detail stuff, I'll bring Geekdom in. If I'm talking about games, I'll bring Thundershot in. So it just depends on who knows well around what topic we're discussing, and two, how the chemistry is. So consider that as a thing. My voice is like dying because literally it took me like 4 tries to record this Q&A so far because my audio kept screwing up. So my voice is literally going to die after I'm done recording this. I hope that it doesn't fail this time. Noctis wants to know, on my Rhymestyle games will I be playing Uncharted 4 when it gets released, and the answer is yes. The whole idea of that channel is to play games, like actual games like Uncharted, Fallout, Metal Gear Solid, stuff like that. So when that comes out, that's going to definitely be on top of my list. The Phoenix guy wants to know, where do you buy your manga and scrolls from? These mangas? Look at the mangas. I usually like to go to third-party stores like half-price books and stuff like that, just because it's cheaper and better to just get them in bulk there than going to like Barnes and Nobles where it's like 10 bucks for volume and then you spend like hundreds of dollars for like 10 volumes. So it's like I like to kind of, you know, go in a cheaper route and buy them in mass. Actually, shopgoodwill.com is a great site because I just bought I think it was 26 volumes of Dragon Ball Z for only 60 bucks, which is a really, really good price. So just look around for those lesser known stores and see what kind of gold you find. It's about the thrill of the hunt. If you find those sets of mangas you're looking for, you feel so great and accomplished when you get it. Next question is your opinion on Dragon Ball GT. I don't really have one actually. GT to me was a cool idea. It was very nostalgic, but the problem with GT was that it wasn't executed right, and because of that, I was never a fan. But I don't hate GT. I just choose not to, you know, pay any attention to it. Voice is still dying. Phantom 12 wants to know, were you cool in school? No offense. Well, I don't know why I'm doing this. Did you ever get in major trouble in school? Sometimes you act like you're the coolest kid in school, and other times you say you was a nerd and stuff. So I'm confused. I always consider myself a nerd. I mean, in high school, I always had a Game Boy in my pocket and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I was definitely in the nerd side. But I was cool with everybody. I never had any problems or beef or issues with anybody, and I just kind of talked to everybody. And I never like secluded myself in one group, so I was just very neutral. So I hope that answers your question. Ryusei wants to know, do you think we will ever get again a place like Raging Blast series ever again, or would you be willing to try to bring the series back? I don't have power to bring back series. If a series dies off, it's because people didn't buy the games. Bandai Namco is a business, and if they put out a game that no one buys, they're not going to do a sequel. In Xenoverse's case, it sold so well, they're doing a sequel. Well, they haven't announced it yet, but they're going to do a sequel. So for games, we just have to support our favorite games, our favorite series, otherwise we won't get them in the future. With Dragon Ball Z, we're actually lucky enough to get a different game every single year, but that can be tricky. Sometimes we might get a Battle Z, which is not a fun game, and other times we'll get a Xenoverse. So it's cool to get a different game every single year, but with Storm has been the same game since the beginning, and that's because people liked it, people supported it, and that's why CC2 kept doing the same game over and over again. So it's important that we support our favorite games if you want to see the franchise grow over time. So yeah. As far as Raging Blast, before I end this question, it never did well, and because it didn't do that well, they canceled the series. So there will not be a Raging Blast 3, unfortunately. Maybe they'll revive it, but as of right now, there's just no plans for it. Munda Flarity, I want to know, do you watch Akame ga Kill? I watched the entire series, but I don't like it. The first half was awesome. The second half was just bad because it got past the manga, and they basically took a different path than what happens in the manga. Manga's great. The anime after the middle sucks. So that's my opinion. Three questions from Chaotic Extreme. Thoughts on Super Android 13? Not a fan because to me he was basically an Android version of Broly. I feel that's what they were going for. Thoughts on UFC and MMA in general? Not really a big fan of it. My voice is dying. Let me get some water. Would it be cool if Dragon Ball Super had adventures in all universes, or would that be dragged out too long? It depends. If they do it right, then yes, but if not, I say don't drag it out. Brian, MC211. What up, Brian? Do you play Dokkan Battle? If you do, how do you like it? If not, why don't you? If you don't, why not? I just didn't like it. I was not a big fan of it. I tried downloading it, but it's just not that fun to me. I might try it again, but I'm honestly not a big fan of it. Tenacious Typhlosion wants to know you should do Naruto Storm 1 and 2. I already did 2 a while back. 1 I don't want to do just because I actually was never a big fan of the original Naruto series. But 2 I definitely did, and 3 I just finished, or I'm about to finish. And Storm 4 is definitely going to get played on my channel when it comes out. How do you get your channel name? Rhymestyle is a name that I always had since high school, and then when I got online and started joining forums, Twitter, YouTube, I always chose Rhymestyle as my username because it was always available. And here I am now. Basically, I am Rhymestyle, so now I'm kind of stuck with that name. Not that I don't like it, I actually like the name a lot, but basically, it was just the name that I always had. Hi Rhymestyle, I'm 10. Can I please play with you on Minecraft server, please? Reply. No, actually. So the server that I have right now for Dragon Block C only supports the small group of people that I play with. If anybody else joins, the server will become laggy, it'll fall apart, it'll break, and because of that, we literally can't support anybody else joining the server. Like I said, if we could figure out a way how to fund a massive server, I would love to launch one, but again, they get very expensive and they cost thousands of dollars a month. So, and I don't know if you guys know, but YouTubers don't make $1 million a month unless you're PewDiePie, which even he doesn't make $1 million a month, but you get the point. It's very expensive to run a massive server, and because of that, that's why we never did it. I hope this Q&A works. My voice is literally dying. Will you do Naruto Storm 4 when it comes out? Yes, I already answered that. I definitely will. It'll probably be my second channel, but my first channel, this one, I would just do fights and stuff like that. So make sure you go over there as well to subscribe for the Let's Play of that. Kafigan wants to know, what is your least favorite Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball C? My least favorite? That's a tough one. I want to say the Otherworld tournament. It was cool, it was intense, but it just never caught my attention as much as the rest of the series did. So I'd say with that. That might change if I really think about it, but off the top, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Michael Adams wants to know, Michael Ames, excuse me. How'd you meet your girlfriend? Tell us your story. She actually tweeted me one day, and we became friends on Twitter from that. We started texting. Months down later, she came to visit me, and then next thing you know, we're living together and doing all this life stuff and everything. So yeah, that's how. She's cool. Big shout out to Kayla. How many SH figure arts do you have? Actually, I have lots. They're all up there. Right there. The only ones I don't have are Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Future Trunks, and Android 18 and Krillin. But for the most part, I spend a lot of time getting ones whenever they get announced, so I'm a big fan of collecting those. So that's my one addiction. I need SH figure arts in my life. Next question is from Sonic17. Are you going to do a review of your room? Actually, no, because Kirabug, my girlfriend, just did, and I will link that video in the description below. So if you want to see our wonderful apartment and awesome stuff, click that video in the description below. Will you play Naruto Ninja Storm 4? I already answered that. Of course I will. Expect that. February, if not earlier. I should get it early, so yeah, keep an eye on that when it comes out in quarter 1, 2016. What was your favorite DB and DBZ moment or fight? I kind of already answered that, but again, to reiterate, Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan's transformation, Super Saiyan Goku transforming, and the Cell fight, and the Frieza fight, and my voice dying. Glenn Stinson wants to know, you upload a lot of content on YouTube, and I want to know if you did other stuff besides that and your jobs. I basically have a full-time job between 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. every weekday, and in between that, I do YouTube and try to live life. It's all about time management. If you can figure out how to manage your time the best way, it's not that difficult, but sometimes it can get kind of overwhelming and intense. But again, I mastered the art of managing my own time, so that's how I'm able to do everything all at once. But if you want to do anything out there in the world, just figure out how to do it, figure out how to dedicate time to it, and you can make it happen, I promise. Damian Johnson wants to know, a question I really didn't answer though is, do I need to watch Resurrection F before Dragon Ball Super? I say don't. Watch Dragon Ball Super first because they're going to retell that story, and then watch Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F afterwards, because it might be the same thing just like with Battle of Gods, but then again, they might change it, so I don't really know. But if you want to be surprised completely, watch Super first as it airs every single week, and then come back and watch Resurrection F later to see how different it is in movie format. So yeah. Final question from TLX Pro 97. How many animes have you seen? Are there any shows you watch non-anime? Non-anime, I watch not that much TV actually. I'm watching Walking Dead right now, Game of Thrones and stuff like that. But anime-wise, I watched a lot. Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, Code Geass, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. There's a lot of animes I watch. If you want to check out my anime list, then do so. But I spend a lot of time watching anime. If anything, outside of working and doing YouTube and like going outside and stuff, I watch anime in my spare time because I love it. Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, I can go on forever. Yu Yu Hakusho. What are some of your favorite animes? Let me know in the comment section below. But check out my anime list if you want to see everything that I watched. But that wraps up everything. My first anime Q&A, not anime Q&A, but Rhymestyle Q&A. So if you want to see more videos like this, and if you want me to get my hair cut, let me know in the comment section below by dropping a comment, and then I will do a video just like this in a couple of days again, or maybe next week. Maybe we'll do this every single weekend type of thing, and let's see how it goes. But if not, enjoy this one-time Q&A type of thing. And I guess let me know with a like rating below if you want more of this stuff. But other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I'll see all y'all super serious in the comment section below. I'm gonna go get my hair cut. Well, no, I'm not, but for the sake of having a fancy exit, I'm gonna say I'm gonna get my hair cut, and then tomorrow my hair will still be the same. Yeah, okay, bye.